Hey, TV people. Damn, and that's with all the lights on. Fuck, I'm gonna have to get more lights. Hollow Mad Bug. Fuck. Take two. Hey, TV people. Howlin' Mad Mud Duck back at you about 12:30 in the morning. The 6th of August. Sorry, I'm tired. I'm beat. I should be going to bed, but I realized I haven't done a video about the insanity in the past couple days. And believe me, it's gone insane after the weird Frank incident and the bitch disappears on me. And she comes back with her hair. She was out fucking around somewhere, all come back all fuckered up. Higher than shit. Her hair is all cut off short. Looks like she cut it with a pair of pinking shears or garden shears or stuck her head in a fucking lawnmower. Or I don't know. I ain't happy about it. I like the long blonde hair. And weirder than fucking hell, off the fucking wall, bizarre, back to that behavior again. So her dad and her brother were upset with her. I was shook my head, thought, what the fuck, and they took off to go to the races because they do that every weekend. I've had to go down and rescue him when Ed wrecked his fucking car. And she was out sitting in the middle of the fucking dirt lot where the equipment's parked. I don't know what she was doing, talking to herself a mile a minute, going through a bag of clothes, looking for something that should have been in there, smoking her bowl of meth. And I was going to go down and get some gas. And I said, hey, you want to go do something? Yeah, I was going to go down and get some gas and pack of cigarettes. And because every time the truck gets down to half tank, I like to throw another $20 in it. Call me funny that way, but I like to keep it above a half tank. Don't always happen, but I damn well try. So we go down, and I said, hey, it's still a few hours of daylight. You want to go down to the beach? Try to get her to do something to distract her from this glass pipe she's so fucking in love with. And we get down the road a ways, and she says, turn here. I have a friend that lives down here. And I said, don't want to turn here. I know better. Well, we end up turning, and we end up down in this park, and she says, park here, and she runs off on me. So as I'm getting the truck, park. I pull into the parking lot, and she says, park here. She jumps out, runs off on me. And by that time I get the truck backed into a handicap spot and all situated and shut off, and I have no idea where the fuck she's gone. I'm backed in next to a brown old Dodge camper van with a plastic top on it. Big, about 400-pound black guy sitting in the back with the slider open, and I'm sitting there waiting for the dumb bitch to come back. Now, when she ran off, I don't know which direction she went, but she came back and she had a pair of pink shorts that she must have stole off of somebody's clothesline. And she comes over and says something to me, then she disappears again. And I'm just kind of sitting there going, where the fuck did she go now? And I'm trying to get some lighting adjusted there in my fucking face. So, sitting there, smoke a cigarette, wondering, all right, is she gonna come back? And she goes, come here, meet this guy over here in the van. And while I've been sitting there in the truck, I've been looking at this van, and there's just all sorts of clouds of smoke going up on that passenger side of the van. I didn't know she'd went over there and started talking to the guy in the van. And, ooh, had a milkshake earlier today just because it was cold and wet and it was cold and I'm lactose intolerant, extremely, and my colon is just making all sorts of gurgling noises, which is good. It's working. Good colon bowel tone. It's talking. So I go over and meet this big black guy, David. This guy had to be about 400 pounds. I don't know how he drove that fucking van and sat in that seat because I've drove a Dodge van like that for a few years and tires on it were pretty well dry, rotted, and scarier than my tires. First thing I noticed. And she starts babbling on a mile a minute to him and God disappears to the truck for a minute. Says something about a soccer ball. He pulls out a soccer ball. Don't know why he had a soccer ball when she said soccer ball. We kind of thought it was odd that she's talking about a soccer ball and he just happens to have one. And she must have spotted it or something. I don't know. And she comes back with these black leggings on with the pink shorts over the black leggings, and he gives her the soccer ball and she plays in the parking lot for a bit. Then she goes back over, starts talking to him, and I got to go retrieve the soccer ball. And when I come back, he's hugging her, and I figured they hugged for about 17 fucking minutes with him. I'm pretty sure he was groping her. I didn't say anything. Couldn't get her to come with me. Finally, a couple pulled in that she knew, and she started talking to them mile a minute. Neglected to introduce who I was. They left. Another couple come in, and I'm thinking, this is a goddamn drug deal spot. I need to get my fucking goat smelling old ass out of here. And went over and started up the truck and pulled it over in front of the van, and come on, let's go. And the woman from the second or third couple that come in rounded her up and corralled her into the truck, and as we pulled out and we're about maybe 100 feet up the road, she wants out because that woman she's pretty sure was her ex-boss, and she has to go back to talk to her. And I'm going, right. And she's trying to jump out of the truck as we're doing like 20 miles an hour. So I stop the fucking truck and she jumps out. And I go up to the end of the road. And I turn around and I come back and I find a place to pull off. And I've already passed her. She's running around and this guy walking down the road, running around him in circles. And I don't know what she's yelling at him. Can't hear over the truck, but I stopped the truck, shut it off. As he's walking by, he says, I need to get her out of there, or else. And I said, yeah, that sounds like a threat. Don't threaten me, kid. He says, I'll show you your or else. Get her out of here. Both of you get out of here. So I get her corralled, get her back into the fucking truck. I'm waiting for the or else. And she gets in the truck. We get headed back up the road about another 10 feet from where I got her back in the truck, and she jumps out, wants to jump out again. She's got to go back. She's got to talk to that woman. And she jumps out, grabs all of her shit, and heads off. Last I seen her, she was ringing doorbells on people's houses and running from house to house, ringing doorbells and banging on their doors. Said, fuck it. Texted my brother, call me in about 10 minutes. Got up to a place I could take a phone call. He called me. We talked about what had just happened. He says, dude, she's batshit crazy. Watch out for her. She's going to get you killed. And that was Saturday night. She wasn't around Sunday. She come in Monday morning. Missed the appointment I was supposed to get her to. I called down to the place, told them she was gonna miss it because of she just fucking out of it. She disappeared for the weekend, drugged. Then I went down and loaded up a bunch of shit for her dad to take to the dump because evidently she tried to set the garbage pile on fire, and he threw me $100 bill, and it'll only cost $35 at the dump, and he told me to keep the change. Yeah, I'm good with that. I like crisp Benjamins. The problem is once it goes from a crisp Benjamin and it is broken, it disappears. Can hang on to a Benjamin for weeks. Not spin that fucker, but the moment you break that son bitch, it disappears. So, she missed her appointments. I don't know where she is tonight. She came out and we talked a bit when she come out, and she was somewhat rational and said that she'd been there waiting for me to come back and get her. Well, in one of my stupidities, when I was out and about driving, well, actually, I went out for a pack of cigarettes and found myself out driving around looking for her. And even parked on the trail, the opposite end of the trail where this park comes. There's a trail to this park that goes to another parking spot, other side. Yeah, I came in the back way and didn't see her. She wasn't in the woods. She wasn't in the parking lot. The brown van was gone. It hasn't been back in 2 days. Not like I was looking for her. No, nothing like that. But we talked and things are good, and she's mad at me because I didn't stop and wait for her and I left her there. Well, bitch, I'll defend you my dying breath if you're in the right, but if you're in the wrong and it looks like the cops are going to be called because of your dumb ass, later. You're either coming with me or you can stay here and deal with the cops. I'm out of here. So I had that going on. Loonier than a goddamn shithouse rat, I tell you. It's interesting. What was interesting is I managed to smoke the big guy to where he sat down. He was good. Off of this one. And this is only like 97%. Well, if I'm going to smoke, I'm going to smoke. Was getting relaxed and comfortable there and sinking out of the camera. So, when I went to leave today to go down and get cigarettes and something to eat, she was in the driveway talking to Weird Frank. And when he seen me coming, he went the opposite way, and she come my direction, and she told me she was fighting with Frank. And it looked more like they were having a talk, not a fight, because they weren't animated enough to be fighting and arguing with each other. I've seen her argue and fight, and she's more animated than that. They were having a discussion about something. And then she goes running off after Frank because some guy in a red shirt goes walking by. And she wants to go talk to the guy in the red shirt. Well, I stop at the end of the driveway and wonder if they're going to get the fuck out of my way. So, and traffic is I'm going to have to wait 5 minutes for all the northbound traffic to die down so I can get through. It's that fucking time of day. I'll have to get a video of that, show you the traffic I got to deal with to get out of here some days. And, fuck. The guy in the red shirt turned out to be a vet, amputee vet. So, did she come over and introduce me to him real quick? I don't know him. He doesn't know her. And he needed a ride down in the Fife, basically the direction I was going. I was going a little farther than that, but I give him a ride all the way down there. We stopped at the smoke shop. He got himself a cigar with a wooden tip, and got myself a pack of my King Mountain red shorts. These. And dropped him off, threw another $20 worth of gas in the truck, brought it up to almost full again, which makes me happy. And come home and no sign of her. And she ain't been up all night, so she's over fucking the guy across the street for dope again. I'm starting to see where the guy across the street with the dope might be the problem. I don't know. But that's what's basically going on. She's gone off the goddamn deep end again. I don't know how much more patience I can have. She started telling me her problem is she has post-traumatic stress disorder. Yeah, gal, tell me about it. I know that one. She started listing off her mental conditions, and I matched her one for one. And always one just a little bit better. Hell, I got 11 years on her. I'm a whole lot crazier. I just control it a whole lot better. When I told her bullshit, you weren't there, I went looking. When she told me she stayed at that park for 2 days, uh, she gave me that look. That look when a lion female is caught and she knows you ain't buying her bullshit and her act. And she's contemplating how she is going to do you in now because you caught her lying. This is going to get interesting. That's enough of that. My phone did something, and I think somebody might have called me or texted me or something.